Hi everybody, Chris at AMS, hope you're all well. I'm working on a Vauxhall Movano van 2009. Vehicle doesn't start. It's had various flat battery issues, and I think they've been jump starting it to get it running a few times. It's a school minibus, so unfortunately, because of lack of school trips and stuff, it's just not getting driven during the old COVID pandemic. So I've actually diagnosed it already, but I wanted to show you the process and stuff like that, and show you how I went about it, kind of thing. So let's start off with the ignition on. So if I crank it over, so initially we'll see our red light is on here. This is an immobilizer light. This should go out. It's basically saying that the immobilizer system is active, which means the ECUs, there's a chip in the key that's read by various ECUs including the engine, and it won't allow it to start. The second thing I've noticed is that the engine management light, which is down here somewhere, doesn't illuminate when you turn the ignition on. Okay, right, so just quickly, just to prove it, we'll crank it over. Nothing. Okay, right, so that's ignition on. Let's get the old diagnostic computer out. It's the old snap-on Zeus that we're using. So we're going to hit, I've tried to communicate it once, obviously you can see no comms. Is the ignition on? Right, and we're going to hit retry. So we're going to go into our engine system and we're going to hit continue. So starting comms. So most modern vehicles run on a CAN network system, so they all communicate with each other. So in this instance, you'll probably find something like the body control module, the instrument cluster, and the engine management system all contribute to the immobilizer system. Now, obviously, the fact that we're not getting communication with the engine ECU means that, well, is it just a diagnostic plug issue, or is the ECU being powered up? Is it working properly? I mean, there's lots of different factors that we need to start looking down. Problem is, lots of people think that the first thing that you do is when diagnosing any fault on any car, is you plug the vehicle in and it tells you what's wrong with it and what you change. In this instance, obviously, the fact that you can't communicate with the engine ECU just goes to show that, where do you go from there if the computer doesn't tell you what to do? So this is why you want decent vehicle mechanics and decent vehicle technicians. So yeah, no communication. Okay, right, so we'll come out of here and we'll go into, so I'm using my technical data systems, and what I would do in that instance is I would be looking at power and ground. So here is, let's get that. I'm not very good with this camera at the minute, kind of thing. So power supply, this is the engine ECU here, all the way along here, and these are all the various different components and stuff that are coming off of the ECU. You see there's quite a lot of things controlled, sensor inputs and actuator outputs off the ECU. What I want to look at is right here. So we see that 92, that is a relay. That's one relay. Yeah, so what we're looking at here is we have, so where pin 30 is, we've got power supply coming in straight from the battery, so it should be live all the time. And then pin 87 at the bottom runs into various different components, but powers the ECU at these two terminals here. Okay, and then it is controlled via different relay. Okay, so what we want to see is we're starting with powers and grounds basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to find that relay under the bonnet. I found that relay under the bonnet, so let's go and take a look, shall we? Right. So our under bonnet fuse box that we have is right here. And that relay that we identified on our wiring diagram is in fact this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by pulling this relay out. Okay, so on the bottom of the relay, let's get the lights on it, I don't know how well we're going to see that. See the numbers? So this terminal at the bottom here is terminal 30. Now that's the one that we said we should have a power supply at from the battery, so it's powered all the time. Here's our multimeter. Let's get that there. Yeah, so we can see our multimeter. And what we're going to do is we are going to just check the voltage at terminal 30. Okay, so what we've got there, and we have BUPCUS, technical term, 0 volts. So that should be battery voltage that comes from the, yeah, there should be battery voltage all the time. And it comes out through this big loom at the bottom here, runs down, and then some of this actually goes that way and into the cabin. So now we go to our battery underneath here. So on the battery, you notice we have 3 fuses, inline fuses here. What I've got, let me plug that back in actually, because that's fell off. So I need my tester to be connected. Which is that one there. So we connect this one there. It just so happened that I was working under here first, that's why I'm connected under here and not directly to the battery. So what we've got here is, so that's showing battery voltage there, 12.5 volts. It's coming off the battery. And so what we've got, so if I connect this to this side of the fuse, I've got 12.5 volts. I'll turn that off because that's just annoying. Now if I go to the other side of the fuse, is open circuit. Now if I put this relay back in, like so, there we go. And connect the wire that comes off of it. You can see that green light denotes that I've got ground there. So what I'd like to do now, so I've proved that the fuse is blown, but I want to make sure that the rest of the circuit is okay, and I want to know that if I replace the fuse, it's not just going to blow again. Because if I've got a short circuit on that wire somewhere, then that is just going to blow that fuse again. So let's go back to, let's do 2 things. We have got our ignition lights on. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a power into our circuit. So if you notice there, our engine light has come back on. Yeah, that's what we want to see. And what we're going to do, now I've got to do it one-handed, we are going to go back into our scanner. Alright, so you'll have to bear with me because I'm new to this. And I'm going to hit retry on the scanner, and I'm going to go into engine. The engine needs to be communicated directly, and there we go. That has communicated with that engine ECU. We go into codes. We've got 3 ton of codes, probably because it's all been disconnected from everything. All right. And so keeping that pressed. So this power probe is actually fused. So if there was a short circuit on this system, it would pop the integral fuse of the power probe, which would then show that we've got a short circuit, and we wouldn't go on and put a fuse in it until we've worked out where the short is. So give me 2 seconds. I am going to start the vehicle. So ignition off, ignition on. And now you can see that the vehicle is running. So the engine light's on. Our airbag light's on, but we'll have a look at that in a bit, kind of thing. That might be a power supply issue because of that fuse. Okay. And if I let go of the button, boom, it dies. So we've got a blown fuse in the top of our fuse box here. No other fault. I would probably say it was down to the fact that it's been jump started so many times, or they've caught it or shorted something when they've been doing a jump start. Jump start's not always the best way to sort of vehicle. Always better to recharge the battery with a reasonable charger before, you know, instead of jump starting if you can. So we're going to replace that fuse and tickety boo, and we're going to just make sure everything else is all right. But again, it just goes to prove that plugging a diagnostic computer in doesn't necessarily, you know, that's not the be all and end all of fixing and repairing motor vehicles. They are probably getting more and more complicated as years goes on, and you have to keep up with the training. You have to be, you know, have a process. Cool. Thanks for watching. See you again. Have a nice day. Take care.